you will learn about the themes group. By the time you finish, you should be able to use themes, select color sets, apply coordinated fonts, and apply effects. The Themes group on the Page Layout tab allows you to apply a coordinated set of font styles, color schemes, and graphical effects to your worksheets. Click Themes and move your mouse over the various options in the displayed gallery. You can see a preview of how the worksheet would look when each theme is applied. Click on a suitable one. Similarly, you can select a color set, a font style, and a type of effect to be applied to the worksheet. To sum up, take a look at what you learned in this activity. Using themes, selecting color sets, applying coordinated fonts, and applying effects. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to set margins, change orientation, specify page size, set print area, apply background, and specify print titles. Most of the commands in the Page Setup group of the Page Layout tab are related to how the worksheet will be printed. The margins icon is used to specify the margins of a worksheet. You can select from the normal, wide, and narrow options or define custom margins. The orientation icon is used to specify whether the layout of the printed worksheet should be landscape, that is horizontal, or portrait, that is vertical. Currently, this worksheet has portrait orientation. In the print preview, you can see that the content is split over 2 pages. Close the preview. Now, click the orientation icon and select landscape. This time, the preview shows the worksheet positioned horizontally on a single page. The size icon in the Page Setup group of the Page Layout tab is used to specify the size of the paper on which you will print your worksheet. The print area icon is used to mark a specific area of a worksheet for printing. Say, you want to print only the table with sales data in this worksheet. First, select the table, then click Print Area and select Set Print Area. In the print preview, you can see only the area you specified. Later, if you want to print the entire worksheet, you can clear the specified print area by selecting Print Area, Clear Print Area. The background icon in the Page Setup group of the Page Layout tab is used to display a picture as the background of a worksheet. Click Background. In the Insert Pictures window, you can specify the location of your picture file. To insert a picture from your computer, click From a File. Browse to the required picture and click Insert. Note that this background will not get printed. To remove the background, click Delete Background. If you want to print a picture in the background of your worksheet, you will need to follow some other steps to get the effect. On the Insert tab, select Illustrations, Shapes. Select Rectangle. Drag to draw a rectangle of the size of the background you want. Now, on the Contextual Format tab, select Shape Fill, Picture. To insert an existing picture file, select From a File. Browse to the picture and click Insert. You will need to make this picture transparent to view the worksheet contents. On the Contextual Format tab, under Picture Tools, in the Adjust group, select Artistic Effects, Artistic Effects Options. In the right pane, select Fill Inline. Under Fill, select Picture or Texture Fill. Now drag the transparency slider to the right to adjust the transparency of the picture. When you print the worksheet, you can see the background. This is because it is not actually the background, but the shape that you are printing. The Print Titles icon in the Page Setup group of the Page Layout tab is used to specify the rows and columns to be printed at the top of each page. This is useful when you need to print a worksheet containing a large number of rows. This worksheet will require 2 pages for printing. You want the name of the school and the column headings to appear on both pages. On the Page Layout tab, in the Page Setup group, click Print Titles. In the displayed window, click on the rows to repeat at top box and then click the collapse button, that is, the square box with the small arrow at the right end. Press the Shift key and select the rows you want and then click the expand button in the collapse window. Click OK. Now view the print preview. Click the right arrow at the bottom to preview the next page. You can see that both pages display the heading rows. You can set the columns to repeat at left in a similar way for wide worksheets with a large number of columns. Here, the first 2 columns are repeated on both printed pages. Run down on what you have learned. Setting margins, changing orientation, specifying page size, setting print area, applying background, and specifying print titles. In this activity, you will learn about the Scale to Fit group. By the time you finish, you should be able to set page width, set page height, and scale print size. The options in the Scale to Fit group of the Page Layout tab are used to adjust the size of printouts. The width option is used to reduce the width of your printout to fit a certain number of pages. The height option is used to reduce the height of your printout to fit a certain number of pages. The scale option is used to stretch or shrink your printout to a percentage of its actual size. The default value is 100%. In the print preview, you can see how the printout will look in its actual size. Now, increase the percentage in the scale box to 150. You can see that the size of the print has increased accordingly. Let's revise what you have learned. Setting page width, setting page height, and scaling print size. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to print grid lines, print row and column headings, hide grid lines, and hide row and column headings. The Sheet Options group on the Page Layout tab is used to specify whether you wish to view and print the grid lines and row column headings of your worksheet. To print the grid lines as well as row and column headings, click the print boxes under grid lines and headings. In the print preview, you can see the grid lines as well as the row and column headings. If you wish to have a neat and clean look for your worksheet, you can remove the grid lines. On the Page Layout tab, in the Sheet Options group, uncheck the View box under grid lines. Similarly, uncheck the View box under headings to hide the display of row and column headings. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Printing grid lines, printing row and column headings, hiding grid lines, and hiding row and column headings. In this activity, you will learn about the Arrange group. By the time you finish, you should be able to arrange objects, hide and display objects, group and ungroup objects, and rotate objects. The Arrange group on the Page Layout tab is used to arrange the objects in a worksheet. This worksheet has 3 objects, a shape, an icon, and a 3D model. Click Selection pane to view the list of objects at the right. The first object is the 3D model, the zebra. The second one is the icon, and the third is the star. You can hide the display of all the objects by clicking Hide All in the Selection pane. Click Show All to redisplay them. To hide an individual object, click the eye symbol next to it. Click the dash to redisplay it. You can create a group of multiple objects. Let's select the first object by clicking it and then clicking the other two, keeping the Control key pressed. Now, on the Page Layout tab, in the Arrange group, select Group, Group. A box appears around the objects indicating that they will be treated as a single object now. You can see that a group has appeared in the Selection pane. Now, you can perform any action on the group. For example, moving it. It will affect all the 3 objects. To ungroup the objects, select Group, Ungroup. Now the 3 objects are treated as individual objects once again. Deselect the objects by clicking Outside and select any one. Say the icon in the middle. To rotate it, click Rotate and select an option. You can also use the rotation handle at the top to rotate the object as required. To see the other options in the Arrange group, let's place the objects over each other. Drag the star and zebra towards the central objects. You can see that the star appears behind all the objects while the zebra is positioned in the front. This is because the star was created first and the zebra last. You can change this positioning as desired. Say you want to bring the star in front of the icon. For this, select the star and in the Arrange group, select Bring Forward, Bring Forward. This brings the star one level forward. Now the icon is at the bottom of the stack. To bring the icon right in front, select it and then select Bring Forward, Bring to Front. Select Send Backward and click Send Backward, and to send it back to the last position, send to back. The Align icon is used to align objects as desired. Select all 3 objects, keeping the Control key pressed. Now, click Align and select an option. The objects get aligned accordingly. In this way, you can use the options in the Arrange group to arrange the objects in your worksheet as desired. Let's revise what you have learned. Arranging objects, hiding and displaying objects, grouping and ungrouping objects, and rotating objects. In this activity, you will learn about the proofing group. By the time you finish, you should be able to check spellings and find synonyms for a word. The spelling icon in the proofing group of the Review tab is used to check the spellings in your workbook. While entering data, if some spelling mistakes have been made, the spelling checker locates the misspelled words and proposes the correct spelling. Place the cursor at the beginning of your worksheet or from wherever you want to start checking for errors. Click Spelling or use the keyboard shortcut F7. In the spelling window, if a spelling is found to be wrong, options are displayed in the suggestions box from the spelling checker's dictionary. Select the correct word from the list. You can click the Change button to change the misspelled word. If there is more than one occurrence of the same word spelled wrongly, click Change All. If a spelling is correct but shown as incorrect for some reason, click on Ignore Once or Ignore All, whichever is appropriate. When you click on any button such as Change, Ignore Once, etc., the spelling checker moves to the next word. If you have changed a word which you did not want to, you can click Undo Last. Some words, such as proper nouns, which are not really errors, may be shown as spelling mistakes. Here, the name Kleinman is marked out as a spelling mistake. You may add such words to the dictionary by clicking the Add to Dictionary button. When the checking is completed for the entire worksheet, a message saying so is displayed. Click OK. The thesaurus icon in the proofing group of the Review tab is used to find a word with a similar meaning to a word in your worksheet. Say, you want to find another word for the word Notes in cell E6. Select the cell and click Thesaurus. In the pane at the right, you see a list of similar words. Point to the word you find most suitable. Then click the down arrow next to it and select Insert. The selected word replaces the original word in the cell now. Close the thesaurus pane. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Checking spellings and finding synonyms to improve language. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to check the accessibility of workbooks, The check accessibility icon in the accessibility group of the review tab can help you make your worksheet accessible to people with disabilities. To know more about this feature, position your pointer on the icon. In the display tooltip, click Tell me more. The help pane displays a lot of useful information. Read it and then close the help pane. Click the check accessibility icon to see the accessibility checker pane at the right. This gives you a report on all the accessibility issues in your worksheet. You can make changes to your worksheet if required. Now close the pane. Let's revise what you have learned. Checking the accessibility of workbooks. In this activity, you will learn about the Insights group. By the time you finish, you should be able to get information through online resources. The Smart Lookup icon in the Insights group of the Review tab can help you learn more about the text in your worksheet by accessing various online resources. Let's select the heading text and click Smart Lookup. In the pane at the right, you can see a lot of information and online links related to the selected text. You may click on any link to view further details. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Getting information through online resources. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to translate text. You can quickly translate the text in your worksheet using the Translate icon in the Language group of the Review tab. If you are using the translator for the first time, you will see a window asking for permission to use Excel's intelligent services. Click Turn On. In the translator pane at the right, you see two boxes. Let's select cells B7 and B8. The text within them appears in the upper box of the translator. Click the down arrow next to 2 and select the language into which you want this text translated. The text now appears in the lower box in the language you specified. In this activity, you will learn about the comments group. By the time you finish, you should be able to add comments to a workbook, delete comments, show or hide comments. The plus point of getting your work reviewed by your colleagues and seniors is that they point out the mistakes that might get overlooked by you, but you might not want anyone to change the perfect setting of your work. That's when this feature comes in handy. The Comments group in the Review tab allows people to leave comments on your workbook. Instead of replacing or deleting your data, a person can suggest a few changes to you via comments. The available options like New Comment, Delete, Previous, Next, Show or Hide comments, etc. be of help to you and the reviewers of your work. Click on the New Comment option and create 2 comments. Click on the Previous and Next option to navigate between the 2 comments. Click Delete to delete one of the comments. Let's revise what you have learned. Adding comments to a workbook. Delete comments. Show or hide comments. In this activity, you will learn about the Changes group. By the time you finish, you should be able to protect a workbook, protect a worksheet, and restrict editing. Excel provides various options to protect your workbook from unauthorized access at different levels. To prevent a workbook from being opened without authorization, you can use the Protect Workbook option in the Info section of the File tab. There are some other options in the Changes group of the Review tab which allow people to view a workbook but restrict them from making any changes. The displayed workbook has multiple worksheets. Marks of the first and second terms have been entered for 10 students. Now, you do not want anyone to be able to make changes to these. Let's see how to prevent editing on the sheet containing the second term marks. On the Review tab, in the Changes group, click Protect Sheet. Enter a password in the Protect Sheet window and click OK. Re-enter the password in the Confirm Password window and click OK. Now, if someone tries to make changes, a warning is displayed. To unprotect the sheet, click the Unprotect Sheet icon in the Changes group. Enter the password and click OK. The sheet is not protected now and changes can be made to it. You can also prevent others from changing the structure of your workbook. At present, you can change the order of the worksheets by dragging the sheet tabs. The second term sheet is now positioned after the final exam sheet. Let's move it back to its original position. To prevent an unauthorized person from making structural changes like these, click Protect Workbook in the Changes group of the Review tab. Enter a password and re-enter it to confirm. Now try changing the position of the sheets. You are unable to do so since the workbook is protected from structural changes. To unprotect the workbook, click Protect Workbook again. In the Unprotect Workbook window, enter the password and click OK. The workbook is no longer protected. You can also allow editing to only a specific range of cells in a worksheet. Activate the final exam sheet. Here, you want to allow the English teacher to enter marks only in the assigned column. There are 2 steps for this. First, click Allow users to edit ranges in the Changes group of the Review tab. In the Displayed window, click New. Enter a title for the range. To specify the cell range, click the small arrow in the Refers to Cells box. Drag over the cells in the English column and click the down arrow in the New Range window. Enter a password for the range in the Range Password box and click OK. Confirm the password and click OK. Then, click OK in the Allow users to edit ranges window. After this, protect the sheet using the Protect Sheet option. Now, if you try to enter marks in the English column, you are prompted for a password. Enter the correct password and proceed with the entry. If you try to enter marks in the next column, a warning message is displayed and you are not allowed to do so. In this way, you can restrict editing in your worksheets. Now, you want to share your workbook with your colleague. Let's see how to do so. Save all the changes made in the workbook by pressing Ctrl+S. Now, in the Changes group of the Review tab, click on the Share Workbook option. This option allows you to share and manage the editors of your workbook. A new option named Protect and Share Workbook allows you to secure your work using a password. This way, you can restrict the people from making any changes to your work. The Track Changes option in the Changes group allows you to keep track of the changes made by the co-editors of your workbook. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Protecting a workbook, protecting a worksheet, and restricting editing. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to hide and display ink. The displayed worksheet had some ink marks on it. They have been made using the pens on the Draw tab. To hide the display of the ink marks on the Review tab, in the Ink group, click Hide Ink. To redisplay the marks, click the same icon once again. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Hiding and displaying ink. Pradhan Mantri Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana is a small deposit scheme introduced for improving the future of the girl child in India. The scheme was launched by Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi as a part of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign. This scheme encourages parents to build a fund for future education and marriage expenses of their girl child. These accounts can be opened at any Indian post office or a branch of an authorized commercial bank. An account can be opened anytime before the girl child attains 10 years of age. Parents or legal guardians can enroll up to 2 girl children for the scheme. Girls of age 10 years or above are not eligible to join the scheme. Neeta and Rahul have recently become proud parents of a beautiful girl, Pinky. Rahul's aunt tells them about the Pradhan Mantri Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana (SSY). Under the scheme, the parents of a girl child who is under 10 years of age can open an account and deposit any amount between Rs 1,000 to 1,50,000 per year at an interest rate of 8.5%. The child gets this money at the age of 21 years, which can be useful for higher education or marriage. Neeta and Rahul are eager to open such an account for their little girl. Let us see how they do this. At the end of this activity, you will be able to explain how to download the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana account opening form and describe how to register for the scheme. To open a Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana account, parents need to have a savings account in any bank. Let us see how to open this account using the ICICI Bank website. Visit https://www.icicibank.com and click the Products menu. Scroll down to the Investment link and click All. A list of all investment products appear. Click the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana SSY account link. This page shows details about the scheme. Click the SSY account opening form link from the left menu. This displays a PDF file. Click the download icon at the top right. Select the appropriate directory to save the form and click Save. Now you can print the form. Let us see how to fill the form. Fill in the branch code, your customer ID, and your account number in the designated fields. Fill in your personal details and provide your complete communication address and permanent address. Include the parent's signature or thumb impression in the given field. Submit the form to the bank along with KYC documents such as the birth certificate of the child, identity proof, and residence proof. The account will be opened after the required processing. Now that you have learned about the scheme, you can enlighten others so that they too can secure the future for their girls. This initiative by the government is a step towards empowering women. After all, women's progress is the nation's progress. At the end of this activity, you will be able to describe the eligibility criteria for the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, explain the purpose of a PMMY loan, list the various categories of PMMY loans, and describe the procedure to apply for a PMMY loan. The address of the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana PMMY website is http://www.mudra.org.in. The homepage declares the number of loans sanctioned and amount disbursed in the current financial year. Let us first discuss the eligibility criteria of Mudra loans. Individuals, proprietary concerns, partnership firms, private limited companies, public companies, and other legal firms are eligible for Mudra loans. The loan applicant should not be a defaulter of any bank or financial institution and should have a satisfactory credit track record. Based on the nature of the proposed activity, borrowers may need to possess necessary skills, experience, or knowledge. The educational qualifications needed for the proposed activity, if any, are also assessed. Mudra loans are extended for a variety of non-farm purposes, which are likely to generate income and employment. Following are the main types: business loans for vendors, traders, shopkeepers, and other service sector activities, working capital loans through Mudra cards, equipment finance for micro units, and transport vehicle loans. There are 3 categories of loans. For small businesses, loans up to Rs 50,000 are available under the Shishu category. Loans beyond Rs 50,000 and up to Rs 5 lakh are available under the Kishore category. Those beyond Rs 5 lakhs and up to Rs 10 lakhs are available under the Tarun category. A Mudra card is a debit card which is issued against the loan account. The borrower can use this card for multiple withdrawals and credit in order to manage the working capital limit in an efficient manner. It can be used across the country for withdrawal of cash from any ATM and can also be used to make payment through point-of-sale machines. You can apply for a PMMY loan by approaching a bank, filling in the application form, and furnishing all the required documents. The list of required documents includes a proof of identity, such as a voter ID card, driving license, PAN card, Aadhaar card, or a passport. A proof of residence, such as a telephone bill, electricity bill, property tax receipt, bank passbook, domicile certificate, voter ID card, Aadhaar card, or a passport. 2 copies of your recent photographs. A quotation of items to be purchased. a proof of reservation category like SC, ST, OBC, minority certificate, etc., a proof of identity or address of business enterprise such as a license or a registration certificate. You will get an acknowledgement receipt for your application. So you have learned that you can apply for a loan to start a small business. You may come across skilled, hardworking people who wish to improve their circumstances but cannot do so because of lack of finances. Educating such people about this government scheme will surely help them better their lives and also contribute to the development of the country.
Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides are productivity apps that let you create different kinds of online documents, work on them in real time with other people, and store them in your Google Drive online, all for free. You can access the documents, spreadsheets, and presentations you create from any computer anywhere in the world. There's even some work you can do without an internet connection. This guide will give you a quick overview of the many things that you can do with Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides.
Academic calendar is a schedule of all of the events that occur in an academic year. And academic calendar is to keep students, faculty, and staff reminded of key dates throughout the academic semester and year. It can also be useful for prospective students, alumni, and parents as well. Each educational institution creates its own academic calendar with their own defined dates. Let's see how to make an academic school calendar using online templates from Microsoft Office 19. We have reached the Microsoft Office homepage. Choose Excel from the list on the left side. Click on More Templates. You can see various templates here. We can scroll down to Explore. Click on Explore All Templates. Scroll down to Explore. Now click on the search option above. Type Academic School Calendar. Click Search. Scroll down to explore the templates. Now we select a suitable template for academic school calendar with photos from the result. Click on the template. Click Open in Browser. Now you can see the template in edit mode. You can personalize the template as you want. First, we can rename the file. For that, click on the name of the presentation on the top. Now enter the file name and then click Enter. Your file is now renamed. Now let's personalize the calendar as our wish. Let's start by adding an event. For adding an event, choose the date you want to add the event. Double-click on the date and type name of the event. Align the text using the Align options above. To make it stand out a bit more, give it a background color. For this, click on Fill Color option from the Home tab and choose a color as you wish. You can also change font size. To make this event span multiple days, you can click and drag on the cell Fill handle. It's also easy to copy and paste events that happen multiple times in a month. Now for adding a multi-day event, select the days and click on the Merge option above. From the Merge option, select Merge Across. Now click on the Merge Dates to type the event. Align using Text Align. Fill color to make it stand out. You can also enhance the text. Now we can change the picture on the calendar. For this, go to Insert tab. Click on Pictures. You can insert pictures from the device. Select the picture you want to insert and click Open. Arrange the image as you wish. You can also add images to special events. For this, select the event and click on the Insert tab. Then choose Pictures. Select the picture you want to insert. Now arrange and position image as your wish. You can directly copy and paste this event to any other day. Now we can add a checklist to the calendar. For this, select a shape from the Shapes option available on the Insert tab. Now place the shape on date you want to add checklist. Arrange the shape for checklist. Now type the text for checklist next to. You can personalize the calendar giving different colors to different months. For this, select the cells. Now click on the Fill Color option. Choose a color as your wish. In this way, you can give different colors to different months. You can also add notes for a month and highlight it. For saving the file, go to the File tab, then click on Save As. Now you can save the file online or you can download the file from available options. For saving online, click on Save As. Click Save. Your file is now saved. Now to download the file, click on Save As from the File tab. Click on Download a copy. Your file is downloaded. You can view the files by directly clicking on it. So friends, you have seen how easily we can edit the template and create our academic school calendar with photos. You can also create it in Office 2019. Isn't that interesting?
Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is a housing scheme particularly for economically backward people. This was launched in 2015. Under this scheme, 2 crore homes will be constructed. This scheme is beneficial to economically weaker sections as it aims to provide affordable houses for all. The scheme provides central assistance to urban local bodies and other implementing agencies to provide affordable houses all over India. This scheme has various phases and is expected to be completed by 2022. A loan can be taken under this scheme even when a person wants to renovate an existing house or build a new one. This scheme is applicable for people belonging to the LIG and EWS category. Rahul and his wife Geeta have a dream of owning their own house. They do not think it will ever get fulfilled because they have a limited budget and home loans offered by various banks have very high interest rates. One morning, Geeta reads about the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme in the newspaper. She discusses it with her husband and they decide to apply for it online. Let us see how they do this. At the end of this activity, you will be able to explain how to apply for the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana (PMAY) is a government scheme which aims at providing affordable houses for weaker sections of the society. Citizens from economically weaker sections and low-income groups seeking housing loans can get loans at the rate of 6.5% for a tenure of 15 years or during the tenure of loan whichever is lower on the initial amount of Rs 6 lakh. To apply for the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme, visit the website http://pmayms.gov.in. If you are a new applicant, take the mouse cursor to the menu option Citizen Application and click Benefit under other three components. Enter your Aadhaar card number and click Check. Once your card number is verified, a form is displayed. Enter personal details like name, state, district, etc. in the application form. Next, enter the address and contact details. After this, enter the bank details, employment status, and income details. Select whether you have a BPL card and a suitable housing requirement option, whether the loan is for a new house or enhancement of an existing one. Read the disclaimer and the terms and conditions. Enter the CAPTCHA and click Save. The information entry is now complete. Click OK to submit the application. Once the application is successfully submitted, click Print Application to print the application form. You can also download and view your saved application. You will need to wait for it to be approved by the concerned authority. In this way, it is possible for citizens from lower income groups to fulfill their dreams of becoming homeowners. They can conveniently apply for the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana online. Do share your knowledge with others so that they can benefit from this scheme. Manish is the Sarpanch of Nagaon. He takes his responsibilities very seriously and has recently informed the villagers about some very beneficial government schemes. But to be eligible for them, the villagers need to fulfill certain conditions. One of them is that each individual household must have a toilet certificate. Rakesh is very keen to avail of these schemes. However, he does not have a toilet certificate and asks the Sarpanch how he can get one. Manish shows him how he can submit an online application for it. Let us see how to do this. By the end of this activity, you will be able to explain the procedure of applying for a toilet certificate online. The first step to apply for a certificate is to visit the website https://apnesarkar.mahaonline.gov.in/en. If you are registering for the first time, click New User, Register here. There are two options for registering. Option 1 is to create a user ID and password by verifying your Aadhaar card or UID. Option 2 is to upload complete details along with proof of identity and address. Let us use the second option. Input your mobile number and click Send OTP. You will receive a one-time password or OTP on your registered mobile number. Enter this in the given field and click Verify OTP. Confirm your details, check I accept box and click Register. After registering, log into the portal by entering your user ID and password and selecting your district. Then, from the left navigation menu, select Rural Development and Panchayat Raj Department. Select the Toilet Certificate option and click the Toilet Certificate icon. Select the district from the drop-down list. Based on this, a list of talukas will be available for selection. Select your taluka and then select the related Gram Panchayat. Input your full name and the Gram Panchayat income number. Then click Apply. Your application ID is now displayed. Please make a note of this ID for future reference. Review details on the Make Payment page and then click Confirm. Select the desired mode of payment, check the information and click Proceed for payment. On successful payment, a receipt is generated. You can print it by clicking the print icon. This is how the printable receipt looks. We have just seen how you can use government portals to accomplish important tasks easily and quickly. Do encourage others to take advantage of this and apply online for certificates required to avail of various government schemes.
CorelDRAW is a vector graphics editor. The software helps people express their ideas and share their stories in more exciting, creative, and persuasive ways. Corel can handle multiple pages along with multiple master layers. Smaller items like business cards, invitations, etc. can be designed. You can personalize many things like numbered raffle tickets, individual invitations, membership cards, and more with the Print Merge feature.
In this activity, you will learn about the macros group. By the time you finish, you should be able to record and create macros for your ease. The macros option in Excel is a record and playback tool that simply records your work steps and plays it back anytime you want. You can also allot shortcut keys to your macros to make them easily accessible. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to show or hide different parts of the Excel screen. Now, let's move on to the next group. Show or hide group allows us to show or hide certain parts of the Excel screen for our convenience. Checking the ruler box gives you a choice of hiding the rulers that appear at the top of the document. Rulers appear only in the page layout view. The grid lines option allows you to keep or remove the grid lines of the cells. On removing the grid lines, the worksheet appears like a blank page. Formula bar shows the content of the cell you are currently active on. Checking the formula bar box will hide or unhide it from your Excel screen. Checking the headings box in the View tab hides or unhides the headings of the rows and columns. Excel 2019 is all about your convenience, isn't it? Let's revise what you have learned. Showing or hiding different parts of the Excel screen. Convenience. Checking the ruler box gives you a choice of hiding the rulers that appear at the top of the document. Rulers appear only in the page layout view. The grid lines option allows you to keep or remove the grid lines of the cells. On removing the grid lines, the worksheet appears like a blank page. Formula bar shows the content of the cell you are currently active on. Checking the formula bar box will hide or hide it from your Excel screen. Checking the headings box in the View tab hides or unhides the headings of the rows and columns. Let's move on to the next group. Show or hide group allows us to show or hide certain parts of the Excel screen for our convenience. Checking the ruler box gives you a choice of hiding the rulers that appear at the top of the document. Rulers appear only in the page layout view. The grid lines option allows you to keep or remove the grid lines of the cells. On removing the grid lines, the worksheet appears like a blank page. Formula bar shows the content of the cell you are currently active on. Checking the formula bar box will hide or unhide it from your Excel screen. Checking the headings box in the View tab hides or unhides the headings of the rows and columns. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to manipulate the Excel window. So, what's new about this group? The new window option in this group allows you to duplicate the current window. The duplicated windows go with the title, Book 1:1, Book 1:2, and so on. If you delete the data from the original window, it gets deleted from the duplicate ones as well. The Arrange All option allows you to view the open windows in different layouts like tiles, horizontal, vertical, cascade, etc. The Freeze Panes option allows you to keep a particular selection visible while the rest of the worksheet scrolls. This option is a real saver when you're working on huge-sized data. The Split option in the Windows group allows you to split or break the worksheet into various categories. After doing so, you can scroll in these categories individually to view the desired data while the rest of the worksheet remains static. The Hide and Unhide options give you the freedom of hiding the windows that you don't wish to view while working. The less the crowd on the screen, the better. The View Side-by-Side option allows you to keep multiple windows open on the screen at the same time. But you may or may not want the scrolling action to happen on two windows at the same time. Use the synchronous scrolling option according to your requirement. You can arrange multiple windows on the screen if you want. To return to the original arrangement, click on Reset Window Position option. Clicking the Switch Windows option allows you to jump from one window to another while working. Let's revise what you have learned. Manipulating the Excel window for convenience. In this activity, you will learn about the Workbook View group. By the time you finish, you should be able to view a worksheet in different layouts. Wouldn't it be nice if you get to view your Excel data in different formats before you get it printed? The Workbook View group in View tab allows you to see the layout of your Excel data in the format of your choice. Let's get to know what type of layouts are available in Excel. The way your worksheet looks when you start MS Excel is known as the normal layout. But you also want to check how your document will appear on a page. That's when you can use the Page Layout option. Let's see how your worksheet will look on getting printed. Now, let's learn about the Page Break Preview layout. This allows you to view the cells that you have selected specifically. It's almost similar to the previous layout, but now the remaining area of the page which has no data will appear blank. Neat. Another feature that eases your work is the Custom Views option. Suppose you are working on a sheet which has a huge amount of data under different categories. Custom Views option allows you to select a particular category and give it a title. When you are working in a timeline crunch and don't want to scroll infinitely, click on Custom Views option in View tab, which will open up a dialog box. Select the name of the category you are looking for and click Show. The cursor moves to the category and activates it. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Viewing a worksheet in different layouts. In this activity, you will learn about the Zoom group. By the time you finish, you should be able to zoom in and out of the worksheet. Let's see what this group has to offer. Have you ever faced a difficulty in seeing someone else's document during a screen sharing process? Don't forget to thank the presenter for zooming in or out of the worksheet. You can zoom in or out of the worksheet with the zoom slider available at the bottom right corner of the Excel screen. Or you can activate the View tab and click on Zoom option to do the same. A dialog box appears with a list of zooming percentages on the screen. Go ahead and help yourself. Sometimes the data in the worksheet appears too tiny or too large. In such cases, activate the View tab and click on the 100% option. This will bring back your data size to normal. The Zoom to Selection option in the Zoom group allows you to increase or decrease the size of a selected area, helping you to get a better view. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Zooming in or out the worksheet.
Rahul and his son were watching their family pictures on his laptop. His son started asking him the names of all his relatives. Then Rahul thought of an interesting way to answer this question. He decided to prepare a family tree himself by using a Microsoft Excel template. This tree would contain the names of all his family members and relatives in a visually attractive way. Let's see how Rahul went about it. Click on the Excel icon. The Excel homepage gets loaded. Since we are using a template for the family tree, we will click More Templates. Scroll down to view the templates. Then click Explore All Templates. You will find that Microsoft Excel provides free as well as premium templates. The premium templates are marked with a diamond icon. We will use a free template. Scroll upwards and click on the search icon. Then type Family Tree Generator on the search bar and hit Enter. Click on the first template. Then click Download. click on the downloaded file to start editing offline version of Microsoft Excel. You can see that the template has opened as an editable Excel workbook. Click Enable Editing. Also click Enable Content. You can customize each and every element of the Excel workbook as per your requirements. It is a good practice to save the document so that you do not lose it. For this, go to the File tab, click Save or Save As. We are clicking on Save As. Then, select an appropriate location to save this file. Now rename this file. Click Save. Click Reset Family, then click Yes. You will see that all the dummy names being removed from the Excel worksheet. Start entering the names of all your family members and relatives. Use the Enter key to move to the next row. Once you are done, center align these cells to make them look more organized. Then click on the Create Family Tree button. This will take you to the Family Tree worksheet. Scroll down to see the entire family tree. Similarly, you can create your own family tree by entering the names of your family members and relatives. Since this is the offline version of Excel, you are required to click on the Save button at the end to save all the changes that you have made to this file. We saw how Rahul used an Excel template, created a family tree so easily. Apart from using Microsoft Excel, you can also prepare using Google Sheets, Microsoft Word, Google Docs, etc. Isn't it cool to prepare a family tree and have your family's ancestral information in one place? When are you creating one?
The My LPG portal provides LPG-related services such as registering for new connections and giving up LPG subsidies. This portal does not provide information about applying to piped natural gas, that is PNG connections. You can use this portal to apply for a new LPG connection and search for nearby LPG providers. The My LPG portal will not be of much use in locating nearby CNG or auto LPG pumps. My LPG portal can be accessed from anywhere using a device having access to the web. As of now, there is no facility for using the portal through a smartphone app. You can use this portal if you want to apply for a new LPG connection, give up your LPG subsidy, or avail other online LPG services. This portal will not be useful when you want to apply for a new PNG connection or buy a CNG-enabled car. Customers who want to avail of LPG-related services will find this portal very useful. PNG customers will not find the My LPG portal useful. Vijay and Anita have recently bought a new home and are making arrangements for moving in. They want to apply for a domestic LPG connection. As they do not know the address of nearby distributors, they decide to search for a gas agency and apply for an LPG connection online. Let us see how to apply for domestic LPG services online. At the end of this activity, you will be able to create an online account with your LPG service provider and explain how to apply for a domestic LPG connection. To apply for an LPG connection online, visit the website http://mylpg.in. To go to the service provider's portal, click the Click Here link. Select the company whose services you want to avail of. The website of the service provider opens in another tab. If you are a new LPG customer, click the Register for LPG Connection link. Read the instructions on the registration page. Please keep a soft copy of your identity proof, address proof, and a passport size photograph ready. If you want to search for an LPG agency by location, select location-wise. From the displayed drop-down lists, select the appropriate state, district, and distributor. The distributor's address and contact details are displayed. Note down this information to be able to get in touch with the distributor. Then click Next. On the registration form, fill in all the required details. First, enter your personal details like name and date of birth. Then enter your address details, email ID, and mobile number. If you can afford to pay the market price for an LPG cylinder, it is advisable to give up your LPG subsidy. To do this, select Yes in the Give It Up section. In the Cash Transfer section, enter your bank details. Select Type of Cylinder and Type of Connection. Select the identity proof you are providing and enter the correct ID card number. Next, enter a suitable address proof and enter the ID number. In the Upload section, upload soft copies of the identity and address proofs as well as your passport size photo. Verify all the information entered by you in this form. Then read the declaration part carefully. Click the checkbox to accept the declaration and then click Submit. You will be notified about an activation link which will be sent to your email ID. Open your email and click the given link to activate your account. Upon activation of your account, make sure you print the application and submit it to the distributor with a photocopy of your documents. After you have paid for the new connection, you can avail online LPG services such as booking a new cylinder, tracking service requests, etc. Thus, you can see that applying for an LPG connection online is quite easy. You can do it from the comfort of your home and visit the distributor just once for document submission and payment. If your friends or relatives need a new LPG connection, please explain the online procedure to them. This will make their work easier and help them become smart digital citizens. The online postal shipment tracking facility helps you track a consignment sent through India Post over the internet. This is not a facility for dispatching postal shipments or sending e-greetings. You can use the online tracking facility to track the delivery of your postal shipment. The facility can be accessed from anywhere on a device having web connectivity. It cannot be used from a device lacking web access or through a smartphone app. The online tracking facility can be used when you want to track the delivery status of a shipment sent through India Post. It will not be useful for tracking packages not sent through India Post. Anyone who is sending or receiving a shipment through India Post can use the online tracking facility provided he or she knows the consignment number. If you want to send e-greetings to your loved ones, the shipment tracking facility will not be useful to you. Rakesh is seeking admission to a well-known college. He has filled up the application form and sent it to the college through the speed post service of India Post. However, he is worried whether his application form has reached the college or not. His brother Rohit tells him to relax. He shows him how to track the status of a postal shipment over the internet. After finding out that his admission form has reached the college, Rakesh is relieved because an important step in his admission process is now complete. Let us see how to track a postal shipment on the India Post website. At the end of this activity, you will be able to explain how to track a postal shipment on the India Post website. India Post is a government-operated postal system. If you want to track a postal consignment, you can do so online through the India Post website. For this, you will need to know the consignment number. To get started, open your web browser and go to the URL https://www.epostoffice.gov.in/ Go to Trace and Track and click the Click Here link. Let us search for a shipment using the consignment number. Click the box under Track Your Mail Items and Money Orders and enter your consignment number. Then enter the displayed characters in the box at the bottom and click Go. The website will display the details of your consignment, such as its status and shipment-related events from the date of booking. In this way, you can learn whether your consignment has reached its destination or whether it is stuck at any point. So, it's very easy to track the status of your postal consignment. If you find out that there is some problem, you can take up the issue with the concerned officials. In today's world, it is always possible to stay well informed. So make sure that you and your friends reap all the benefits of this technological age. Wishing you best of luck.
Adobe PageMaker software is the ideal page layout program for business, education, and professionals who want to create high-quality publications such as brochures and newsletters. Get started quickly with templates, graphics, and intuitive design tools. Work productively across Adobe applications and easily leverage existing content to create customized communication.